Man, it's been a while since I made a video. Like, how long has it been? Ooh, yeah, that's not right. That's not right. We gotta fix that. Alright, so I am on a personal journey to find the best romance anime and add them to my roster of ball knowledge like I'm Thanos collecting Infinity Stones. I decided today, after not uploading for a whole millennia, to talk about my most recent romance anime binge. So the other day, I finished a show called The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Let's talk about it. Now, this was a romance anime that I was honestly looking forward to, which for a romance anime is usually unheard of for me. Usually what I do is, when I want to watch a romance, I usually just browse the category on Crunchyroll, but for this anime specifically, I was actively waiting for its release on everyone's favorite streaming app, Netflix. Funny enough, I ended up not watching this when it did come out, because I think it got delayed, so I ended up forgetting about it for a while. So the hype's died down a bit, but honestly, I don't care. I'm still going to talk about it, because it's amazing. This show is about a guy named Rintaro Sumigi, and he's kind of a loner dude with a look that scares people, and he lives in a bakery, but he's hiding that from his friends because he's scared they'll judge them. He's working in the bakery one day when he sees this girl eating a shit ton of cake, and she sees him and got nervous and ran off in a hurry, and he's left upset because he thinks he scared her off. And now he thinks he will never see her again, and some time goes by and she's back at the bakery to apologize, which she does by buying him some cake, and she ends up eating it.
About yesterday.
I'd like to buy you some cake.
Huh? Wait a minute, what's going on? I'm letting someone younger than me treat me to cake at our cake shop?
They both apologize to each other, and then she leaves. Now, I'm leaving a lot of details out because I don't really want to describe everything that goes on immediately in case there are people who are watching this video who want to end up watching the series. But I will take the time to say this anyway. Spoiler warning, okay? I don't want people saying that I didn't warn them, but spoiler warning. Now anyway, I'll admit this first episode isn't really necessarily anything special compared to other romance animes. A romance anime is kind of like a sandwich. The first bite is okay, but usually the other bites that make the sandwich better. Now, to be honest, that analogy applies to any form of show, video game, or media, or anything, so I don't know why I specifically said romance, but whatever. Now, I'm gonna give y'all some of my favorite moments from this show, because there's actually quite a few that I think are really good. The first moment that I want to talk about is kind of a long one, and it's not even about the main couple. It's about one of the side characters in the show named Subaru. Now, Subaru has a lot of internal mental struggles, and she doesn't have a lot of love for herself. And to be honest, I find her character extremely relatable at times, and I love her character. She's my favorite character in the entire show. In episode 6, specifically, we get to see a bit of her backstory on why she's sort of the way she is. And this is one of my favorite moments from the show. It delves into how she was bullied by boys about her hair, and how she met Wagri, who is the main girl in the show. I don't think I mentioned her name yet. And it goes on to show us how they became such close friends. While we're on the topic of Subaru, another one of my favorite moments from the show is when the whole group is hanging out at the beach and she's kind of just staying behind by herself, and Wagri sees this and convinces her to say what's on her mind, and we get this amazing scene where we see her come out and tell the whole group about how she is and how she enjoys them as friends despite her not liking guys. And the whole group being, men, the whole group is accepting of her, and they appreciate that she was openly honest with them about that. And it's just a really great scene. Now let's finally talk about a scene about the main couple. One of my favorite scenes of them is when they're on the beach, lighting sparklers, and they're just talking, and Rintaro just lets out a string of words that you probably should never say to anybody, because you'll probably end up ruining every friendship you'll have with some person just by these string of words. But what he does, basically, is he ends up confessing to her by accident. And it's a very awkward and embarrassing scene that I honestly love, because not 2 seconds later after he does this, his friends immediately come back after they they disappeared.
I really like you. Wait, I'm sorry. Don't do that, man!
They don't even give Rintaro and Wagri a moment to think about what just happened, and it's honestly just funny as fuck. Another moment I like is when we get some backstory on Wagari and her finding Rintaro's family bakery. She stumbled across the bakery after having just a really bad day, and she saw Rintaro and thought he was epic, and then decided to go to the bakery for months after that just for a chance to see him again. Even dolling herself up, and on the one day she doesn't do that, she sees him, which is when we meet her from Rintaro's perspective back in the first episode, which I really like this flashback episode. I think it's really well done, and I think it gives us some info on how Wagari sees Rintaro. Now, there's plenty of moments I could talk about from this show, but I'd be here for a while. I kind of just want you guys to go watch the show for yourself because it's truly an amazing romance anime, and I hope we do get a season 2 down the road. But anyway, I've been your host, Lotus, and I'll see you guys next time.